You might think a tiny mosquito simply pokes your skin with a single, basic needle to get its tiny drink of blood, but the reality under a microscope is a far more complex and terrifying marvel of bioengineering. A mosquito does not possess a single, blunt probe, rather, its delicate snout, known scientifically as the proboscis, is an intricate sheath hiding a deadly, multi-tool toolkit consisting of 6 highly specialized, surgical-grade needles called stylets. Each of these 6 needles plays a distinct, terrifying role in bypassing your body's natural defenses, turning what seems like a simple itch into a master class in nature's lethal precision. When a mosquito lands on your skin, it does not just sting you randomly, it executes a methodical, high-tech surgical procedure designed to siphon your life force before your brain even registers that anything has happened. The outer protective layer of the mosquito's mouthparts, the labium, acts like a flexible scabbard. As the insect prepares to feed, this sheath bends back, unleashing the 6 needle-sharp stylets hidden inside, which immediately target your flesh. The initial breach is carried out by the first pair of needles, known as the maxillae. These are not smooth pins. Under high magnification, they resemble terrifying serrated saw blades fitted with microscopic teeth. These 2 needles do not just push into your skin, they move rapidly back and forth in an alternating, machine-like sawing motion. This mechanical slicing cuts through the tough outer epidermis mercilessly, slicing past cellular walls with incredible speed and efficiency. The kinetic action of these sawing maxillae allows the mosquito to penetrate your skin with remarkably little force, making the physical cut smooth yet brutal at a microscopic scale. Immediately following this initial tear, the second pair of needles, called the mandibles, spring into action. Once the maxillae have established the opening, the mandibles slide into the microscopic tear. Their primary role is structural and spatial management. These 2 needles act like delicate surgical retractors used in an operating room. They grip the freshly cut edges of your skin and push them apart, widening the tissue gap so the rest of the mosquito's apparatus can slide deeper without getting snagged or blocked by dense skin fibers. While the mandibles widen and hold open the wound, the mosquito is able to plunge its main operating tools deeper into your subcutaneous tissue layers where your tiny blood capillaries reside. At this point, you might wonder why such a brutal, 6-weapon surgical attack, involving literal saw blades and tissue retractors, does not send sharp, excruciating pain signals straight to your brain. The answer lies in the 5th needle, the hypopharynx. Long before the insect begins its blood meal, this 5th needle goes to work by injecting a custom-formulated chemical cocktail directly into the wound site. The mosquito's saliva, delivered through the hypopharynx, contains a sophisticated blend of natural anesthetics and anti-inflammatory compounds. This chemical flood instantly numbs your local pain receptors and sensory nervous system, effectively putting your body's alarm system to sleep. Furthermore, this saliva contains powerful anticoagulants that prevent your blood from clotting at the wound site, keeping the precious fluid flowing freely and preventing the tiny opening from closing up mid-meal. With the skin opened, held apart, and completely numbed by the chemical injection, the 6th and final needle makes its entrance. This central tube is the labrum, the primary blood-sucking conduit. Unlike a rigid metal syringe needle, the labrum is remarkably flexible, moving almost like a hunting snake under your skin. Guided by chemical receptors at its tip that can sense heat and the distinct signature of blood vessels, the labrum twists, bends, and coils inward, actively probing through your tissue to search for a viable capillary. It feels around in the dark matrix of your tissue until it strikes gold. The moment the labrum punctures a tiny blood vessel, it locks into place, creating a perfect seal between your circulatory system and the mosquito's digestive tract. Once the labrum successfully breaches the vein, the true power of the mosquito's internal machinery comes alive. Inside the insect's head, powerful microscopic pharyngeal pumps begin to contract rhythmically at incredibly high speeds. Acting like a miniature high-speed motor, these muscular pumps create a massive pressure differential that rapidly sucks the warm blood out of your capillary and pulls it up through the labrum tube. The flow rate is astonishing for a creature of its tiny size. As the blood flows continuously, uninterrupted by your body's naturally triggered clotting mechanisms thanks to the earlier saliva injection, the mosquito's stretchy abdomen expands exponentially. In a matter of seconds, its transparent gut swells up like a translucent red balloon, filling to several times the mosquito's normal body weight. What makes this entire process so fascinatingly terrifying is the sheer harmony with which all 6 weapons operate together. Each tiny component has a single, highly refined evolutionary purpose, working in perfect concert to complete a complex medical procedure on an unaware host. By the time the mosquito has gorged itself, retracted its 6 microscopic tools, folded them back into its protective labium sheath, and taken off into the air, the numbing agent slowly begins to wear off. Only then does your immune system realize it has been breached, triggering the familiar histamine response that results in an itchy red bump long after the biological surgical strike has already succeeded.